In today's market, finding and working with a reputable, experienced insurance agent is one of the most valuable things a household can do to find insurance that's tailored to their needs. There are lots of resources online. United Policyholders is offering webinars. We host shopping help webinars. They get recorded. You can watch them. When push comes to shove and you need to get a quote and you need to compare options and make decisions, a professional agent is going to be your best bet. Largely because they have access to options that you might not be able to find online. And also because as insurance companies have gotten so much pickier about which homes they will insure, it's really helpful to have an advocate on your side in the shopping process who can help you say the right things and make the right choices. I think when it comes to your home insurance these days, there's no harm in working with more than one agent. Word of mouth, colleagues, friends, family, does anyone have a good agent is a great way to start. If you don't have that kind of information available to you, you can go online to the California Department of Insurance and you can find all the licensed agents in the state of California. You can look for ones that are in your area. The FAIR Plan is your safety valve. That is your fallback. That is the place that you can go to get insurance if you can't find any other options. But it is not an ideal plan, and you don't want to stay there longer than you have to. So even if you run out of options, you can't find anything else, any other possibility, and you end up in the FAIR Plan, keep shopping, because options change. The market is shifting all the time. Many people don't have a choice to go with a brand they know. So when you're looking at the FAIR Plan, it's important to understand that there's a huge gap in what they cover. They only cover fire. They don't cover your liability, lawsuits. They don't cover theft, and they don't cover wind and water damage. So if you're insuring your property through the FAIR Plan and you can afford it, you want to pair your FAIR Plan policy with what's called a difference in conditions policy, and you've got to pay for two products to get the same coverage that you would have had with the company you were with before. The bottom line is you want to try to get the best options the FAIR Plan offers, but know that you might not be able to afford the best and you might have to compromise and get less coverage than you really need, and try to make that a temporary situation. In normal times, we would say bundle, and you might also get a discount for umbrella, car, DIC, or umbrella, car, home, bundling discount. That's number one. Number two, carry a higher deductible than you would otherwise be inclined to do. Most people, if you're at a 250, 500, 1,000, we recommend going up to 5,000. So those are two things. Do as much home maintenance as you can, mitigate, reduce risk, and provide your insurance company with documentation of the things that you've done to make your home a better risk for them, to make it less likely that you would suffer losses. And then anybody who lives in a wildland urban interface area or even a suburban area, getting certified that through either the Safer from Wildfires or the Wildfire Prepared Home program, getting an official, yes, this home is risk reduced document from someone, even your local fire department, and providing that to your insurance company will help you access discounts. The FAIR Plan is offering discounts for hardened homes, homes with defensible space, and people who live in fire-wise communities. Most insurers today in California have some discounts that they offer. So you want to ask what discounts are available And how do I qualify for them? That's a very important question. And then based on what answer you get from your insurance company, do what you can to qualify for those discounts. Anything you do to reduce risk is better than doing nothing. Those are the main things. A lot of people feel like stay off the radar, but I would say one of the most important, don't file small claims. When I talk to agents, they tell me one of the most important strikes against you is your claim history. It's very hard for me as a consumer advocate to tell people not to use the insurance that they're paying for. But because the downside of filing a smaller claim, really it's long term, right? Once you file a claim and you have that on your record, it's going to affect which insurance companies are going to even want to offer you a policy and what they're going to charge you. So long term, it's really best, if you can, to pay those smaller claims out of pocket and save your insurance for the really big dollar situations. One exception to the don't file small claims would be for people who either have renter's insurance or home insurance and have to evacuate or lose the use of their residence for some period of time due to some damage. It's okay to file a claim for your temporary rent coverage for that part of your insurance that pays for your rent while you can't be in your home, without worrying that that's going to cause you to get canceled. And also, a claim where you're not at fault is less likely to get you that black mark on your record. The Department of Insurance has put out very helpful regulations that tell insurance companies that they must take risk reduction activities into account in setting the premium. Otherwise, they're overcharging you, right? If you have taken steps to make your property less likely to be damaged or destroyed in a wildfire, that risk is lower, and the insurance company should not be charging you the same price they would have been charging if you hadn't done those things, right? So we have that rule on the books. At the end of the day, the most important steps have been agreed to. You have to have a Class A roof. You have to keep your decks, nothing under the deck. You have to have 5 feet of clear space around your home. You have to close openings with wire mesh so embers can't come in. And you also should box your eaves so we don't get embers coming in. So we know that those are all the things that people are supposed to do. Not everybody can do all those things. So do what you can and go to the WRAP Resource Center. That is an online free place that United Policyholders offers to find out who in your area is offering technical help with risk reduction. You know, if you're older and you can't get up on a ladder, maybe there is a program in your area to help you with that. Grants, if you can't afford to do these things, there may be a grant available. But for anybody in California today that lives in an area where there are trees, you got to tune in to what risk reduction advocates in your community are doing. Is there a fire safe council? Is it a Firewise community? Is there a COPE program? Is your town or city hosting chipper days or any kind of public activities to help people with risk reduction? Just tune in and do what you can. One thing we do recommend to owners of older homes is not to skip buying a bucket of coverage called building code upgrade or building code compliance, code upgrade. Insurers use different words for the same thing. That will help you pay for repair upgrades you have to make if your home becomes damaged. You need to comply with the current building codes. So if you own an older home, it's important to make sure that you have paid a little extra. It's generally not that expensive for code upgrade, building code compliance coverage, and that will help you cover those costs of upgrading your home to current building codes. A lot of people are asking us, is it worth it? If my home is paid off, why bother? And our answer from 32 years of being in disaster areas is there really is no substitute for the dollars that you get from an insurance policy to pay for repairs and rebuilding. The max grant you're going to get from FEMA is $46,000. That's for income eligible. SBA loan, $500,000. You have to pay it back. It's really risky to go bare. So that should be your absolute last ditch option. We will say it's your dwelling. That's the roof over your head. That's your safe place. Contents, even your temporary rent. If reducing those coverages will bring the premium down without cutting your dwelling coverage, that's a safer bet. The last place you want to cut coverage is your dwelling.